Hello and welcome back to Saber Outdoors. My name, of course, is Mark Alexander, your wonderful host. And guys, today we are exploring the Daniel Boone Festival. And behind me, you can hear the first event that we're going to be going to. It is the Black Powder Shoot. Let's go see what we can see. Let's go. Guys, we're down here and they're doing their thing. They're on the line. Oop, this fire. Hey guys. We might get to interview one of these folks at some point. Don't know. All right, guys, so I do have one of the shooters from the line that has agreed to be on camera. And good sir, what is your name?
Larry Sharp.
Larry Sharp. Good to meet you, Larry. My name's Mark Alexander. And what kind of firearm are you using today?
I'm using a 45 flintlock.
Flintlock. Now, is this a Pennsylvania rifle, a Kentucky rifle?
They call it a Tennessee poor boy.
A Tennessee poor boy. So what makes this a Tennessee poor boy?
Well, the rest of them's got brass on them, whereas this here's all steel. You know, everything's steel on it.
Oh, okay.
That's the way they call it, a Tennessee poor boy.
Okay. So that's the difference. Now today's shoot, is it just come here and shoot your gun, or is there classes, is there prizes?
There are prizes in this.
Okay. I didn't know. I just pretty much just walked up and was like, that looks neat. I'm going to go look at it. Because I like shooting guns in the outdoors like the next fella does. But did you make your outfit yourself?
No, I made some of it. I didn't make it all. I traded around and stuff, you know.
Okay. Do you hunt with your black powder, or is it just to shoot at competition like this? Okay.
Deer hunt.
That's great.
Stuff like that.
But how did you do as far as you shoot?
Well, I don't know yet.
I didn't know if they were letting you walk up and look at your paper or not.
Hey, they do that.
Yes, but I know you got places to be and things to do. Thank you so much, Mr. Larry.
No problem.
And we'll see you maybe another day down the road.
No problem. I'll try my best to be here.
Thank you. Guys, this is a real fun day. You need to be here with us doing this kind of stuff. You can meet friends like Mr. Sharp here. Let's go see what else we can get into. All right, guys, so we have made it down to the primitive camp where we have this gentleman right here. I'll let him introduce himself.
Okay, my name's Donnie Hobbs. I'm a lifetime director with the Daniel Boone Festival here in Barberville, and I'm the chairman over the primitive encampment.
So if somebody wants to camp here, they have to go through you.
Yes, it's invitation only because, as you can see, we're limited for space, and we can't have more people than we can handle. We're almost at capacity with 20. We got 21 camps today.
Wow.
And that's almost. We might be able to fit a few small shelters in, but that's about our limit.
So in order to camp here, is there like rules that you can have this, you can't have that?
Oh, definitely. Most places, now most of us on this, try to do around the time period of 1770, 75, whatever. But I try to keep it pre-1840. And the biggest thing is, when people come in, is no styrofoam, no plastic, no aluminum foil. I'm not saying you can't have it, but you can't have it where visitors can see it.
Okay.
Anything like that has to be kept out of sight. Of course, for drinks and food, we have to have coolers and stuff. Okay, that's fine. It just has to be put up out of sight where, somebody coming by won't see anything modern.
Okay, so what do you have here as far as what you're working on with your fire? You've got a nice looking fire right here.
Well, thank you. I've just put some soup on to start heating up. These are fire irons with S hooks, and during that time period, most of the stuff was tin or copper and things like that. So most of these are tin skillets. Now I do have one iron skillet, but that didn't come around until later.
Okay.
Most of my stuff is tin. Now, pre-1840, you can use the speckled enamel.
Okay.
But there's some camps I go to where that's not acceptable.
Okay.
But here in this camp, we're not that strict, and like I say, it's more pre-1840 than it is 1775.
Now, I see that you have this piece of iron here.
Yes, sir.
And your cross guard. So how is it that works as far as how you're cooking? Because
Okay.
I've not seen that before I came to this place.
Okay. When you either wanting to just have a fire or you don't want something heating up real quick, you have it up like that. When you want to get a little closer and start heating your stuff up, you drop her down like that.
And that hooks right across that crossbar.
Right.
So is it typically just 2 positions, or some 3 or 4?
Well, it all depends. You know, if you're low enough, sometimes you can drop it down like that.
Okay.
Set it right on there, but it's not real safe to do it that way. So normally we keep it up, you know, one of the other 2 positions.
Well, that's really neat.
And like I say, this stuff here is what you call S hooks. Sometimes we'll have a blacksmith camp with us, and he'll make S hooks.
Okay.
And those are good, numerous different things. I hang my skillets on it and stuff, and ladles, stuff like that.
Now, I see that you've got some rifles over here.
Yes, sir.
Let's check them rifles out, because I'd love to shoot something like these, but I don't have one myself, of course. So what have you got in hand?
Okay, this here is a friend of mine made it for me, built it for me. It's what they call a Tennessee poor boy. And
Okay.
It dates back, and the reason it's called a Tennessee poor boy is because it's all iron mounted. All this is just iron.
We spoke with Mr. Larry Sharp earlier.
Yes.
And he showed us his Tennessee pull boy.
Yeah, and it's a flintlock where you put your powder in, you put a patch in a ball, push it down here, you put your priming powder in right here, you close up your prison, and then when the sparks here hit this, those will spark in here and sets off the powder.
So what caliber is this rifle?
This is a 45 caliber.
Was that typical of the age?
Somewhere, yeah, basically 40, 45.
Okay.
Now occasionally some 50s.
I have heard of as small as 32 and as high as I think 78's the highest.
Now I've got a 32 squirrel rifle at home.
I'd love to try my luck with one going squirrel hunting.
Okay, now the difference in the two is this is a cap lock. All right, this come along about probably 60, 70 years later past the flintlock. And what you do, you load it the same way, but you put a percussion cap, and when this hits a percussion cap, the cap sets off the powder in the barrel and it goes off. This is a Pennsylvania long rifle.
And it is mounted on brass.
Yeah, there's some brass mountings and stuff like that. You got your patch box, and where you can put patches and
Okay.
like I say, this come along a little bit later time period.
Okay. Now, are you all actually staying here the whole night, or are you leaving and going elsewhere and then coming back in the morning?
No. I'd say 95, 98% stay here. Now we normally start setting up on Tuesday. This doesn't officially start till Thursday morning, officially. But people work during the week and stuff, so I let them come in Tuesday and Wednesday and start setting up. This year is going to giving rain, so we come in and set up most of these tents on Monday. And but like 2 or 3 of these tents are from Berea, and one's from Somerset. He's from Jackson County. There's some from Clay County, and I call them up and notify them when and what's going on, and they all come in and camp.
Well, that's really.
They stay. Well, some have been here sleeping in their tents since Tuesday night.
So the setup that you have here, would that be typical of somebody that is going to be setting up and staying for a while, or is this?
Yeah. This not something like if you were traveling the wilderness road, you wouldn't have all this stuff.
Okay, I didn't know the level of things. So I see that this, and there's lots of stuff,
Right.
and then I see a camp like next door, which is a tent, and I'm sure there are a couple cots inside and things like that.
Yeah.
But I thank you so very much for showing us around and everything, and maybe we'll see you down the road someday.
That sounds very good. Thank you for the interview. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys, so I am now sitting over at the sorghum area, and I have with me a gentleman who's going to tell you all about the sorghum setup that's here, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hey guys, I'm Grant Baker. Vice President of the National Sorghum Growers. We're here in Barberville, Kentucky, as you probably may already know that, but we're doing live sorghum demonstrations. We got our mules out here today and turning the meal. So we're going to just walk around here a little bit and show you what's going on.
All right, so let's go look around. I've got my extra special co-host right here. He's taking a break, but gotta say hello to the mule. And so right here is our setup today. Of course, our mule is doing the rounds, turning our mill. So what sort of mill do we have in front of us, Mr.?
This is a 2-roller mill. Doesn't really have a name as far as a company goes. There's no markings on it. I actually found this mill down in Morristown, Tennessee.
Okay.
And so brought it home, and it was actually set up to use with a PTO on a tractor.
Okay.
But we just took that attachment off for show purposes, and we just use this mill for show.
Okay.
But anyway, it does a really good job. And we got our buddy Tyler Crawford. He's over there feeding the meal. And that's his mule, Ike. Ike's doing a good job. I think he might be a little camera shy.
Well, he seems a little bit busy, and there ain't a lick of safety on none of this.
No, there ain't no safety measures here.
You got to pay attention, otherwise you're gonna be three-finger Joe.
You will be. You will be. That's right.
But here's where we're squeezing the juice. Let's look at what you're using to cook that stuff, because it's a different setup than what me and my family would use. You know, we have that big evaporator pan at home. If you want to see that, the videos are up. You can see all that. So this is your setup.
This is our setup here. This is just a portable furnace that had made here locally in town. And actually, my friend Mark Gunther over at Muddy Pond Sorghum, he told me to check out some of his portable cookers, and that's where I got the dimensions at. But it's fired with wood. We actually got us a little nice little feature here. It's got a little oven, which I use it to keep me a pan of hot water to wash my skimmers off with.
That's neat.
You can cook bread in it. All sorts of things. If you look back in here first.
Yes, that's a picture right into hellfire.
That's it right there. Don't touch it with your naked hand.
I'm hardly not wanting to touch it with my naked eye. But
anyway, we'll do a little skimming here. It's ready to skim a little bit.
So you're skimming with, looks like a deep fry.
That's a deep fryer, yeah. Mesh, stainless steel mesh there.
Okay.
And does a really good job.
So is this like maple syrup where you just add syrup, and then you have a final product at the end?
You can do that. I choose not to add, mainly because it just prolongs the process so much. Because every time you add, of course, you're going to have to cook those impurities and so forth out of it. So I started out with this batch pan, about 22 gallons roughly, and I'm ending up with about 8 or 9 quarts of finished syrup at the end.
That's nice. And at the end of the day, are you selling this sorghum to the crowd, or are you?
Well, we have to let it cool and so forth because we can't bottle it when it's 230 degrees.
Fair.
So anyway, but we have our syrup that we've already harvested last week. We've got it here available.
Well, that's real interesting. Now, how would somebody go about becoming a member of the Sorghum Association?
Look up the National Sweet Sorghum Producers Processors Association.
I think it's on your hat right there.
I believe it is. Right there.
It is for anyone that wants to see it, wants to join.
You can find us on Facebook. I think we're on Instagram.
Okay.
But look up the NSSPPA and check us out. We really like to get new members involved, and it's a great organization. I've been in it now for many years, and some of the finest people you can get to know.
And I would concur with that. So let's move over to your finished product. Let's look it over, because there's quite a lot of people, when you mention sorghum to them, they're like, what's that? But we're here now at the table, and we're looking at our wares here. So guys, just so you have something you would know and understand, right here is honey. So that's what honey looks like. Has a raw red color. This is sorghum. This is completely different. It has a lightish brown to dark brown depending on the age and how it was cooked and all the things. Now the way that you look over sorghum, if you ever want to check it out, is you will take it and you'll put it to a light. We're going to use the sun for this, and you'll see kind of what the clarity is of it. This is pretty good stuff right here. So so guys, we have denominations in the small, we have cookies, we have quarts, we have pints. There's lots of good things here, but like I say, we can find you on Facebook, Instagram.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram. Look us up, Baker Family Farm.
Baker's Family Farm.
Yep, and that's where you can find us out. But you can, if you see this today, come by and see us. But look forward. We're glad to answer questions. You can message me on Facebook. We'll get back to your question just as soon as possible.
And let me tell you, I have been burning him up with questions because I want to know how other people do things so that not only will I know how to do those other things, but maybe I can improve my process if I ever decide to make sorghum again. Again, if you want to see that, there are videos. There's a whole playlist of me making sorghum. Go watch them if you want to learn more about sorghum. But in the meantime, let's go see what else we can get into. Well guys, this video was intended to be just a one day, one place video, but we've actually been invited by Mr. Baker to go and watch him make sorghum and see his main setup. So guys, this adventure is gonna continue, and let's go guys. That's what this is all about. We're experiencing the outdoors, we're experiencing an old-fashioned way of doing things, and I'm about to eat me some sorghum. I don't care if I've got diabetes. We're gonna at least touch it a little bit. But guys, let's go to the next thing. All right guys, so we have made it to the Baker Family Farm, and guys, we are about to see the actual process of them making here at the farm. We're gonna take you through one piece at a time. Now, we have our mill here. Now, this is a completely different setup than what my family has at our sorghum mill. He has a conveyor to take his old stalks away. He has a lay-down mill. His mill is like this, where ours is like this right here. But Mr. Grant is going to be doing his stuff. Now, he has all kinds of tips and tricks and things that he wants to keep secret. So some of this we are going to have to cut out, but all you have to do, you're just standing here and you're feeding her in. Now, Grant does not strip his cane like we do. He says, I'll just plant 2 more rows of cane and not strip all my cane. But you can see it going right in there. And our sorghum is coming out the bottom right there and going into that big tote. But after the sorghum cane's through, it goes up that conveyor and out to that great big hill. And the sorghum comes out right here, ready to be worked on. But at the flick of a switch, the stuff stops, and at the unplugging of a plug, the conveyor stops. Guys, it's a really cool setup that that Mr. Baker's got here. And guys, there's so much more to it. Uno momento, we got to set up a couple of things, and we'll be right back with you. Well guys, we're sitting here to we're sitting here to pan. And look what a setup. Good concrete setup. And he has a big batch pan that he works down his stuff in. Now, I'll tell you, we begin outside. There's a tank out there that he'll grind his juice and put that in his tank and let the settlings settle down. And then he'll bring that in straight to his pan. Now, we don't have a door on it right now, but there is a door that goes on this. We just took it off so that we could see. But you can see our pan's got a good boil on it. And he's using a, basically just deep fry things to skim the juice off. Skimming's right there. Let me tell you, there's a mule. I know that mule now. They said he'd knock you down to get at this bucket. I'm gonna let him have it too. But the fire comes down through there, got a brick smokestack going up to a big pipe and out the top. But generally, how long does it take from pouring juice in to having finished sorghum in this?
Anywhere from 6 to 8 hours, just depending on how good we can keep the boil going. Humidity has a lot to do with that on the time factor. If it's a very humid day, it's going to be a longer day cooking. But
and explain that for people that don't understand why humidity matters.
The humidity, there's so much moisture in the air, and what we're actually doing is we're boiling the moisture, the water, out. So when your humidity is high, it takes longer for that moisture to work out of that finished product.
So all this coming off of this pan right here, that's not smoke, that's steam.
That's steam.
And let me tell you, your skin is so soft by the end of the day. That's why all sorghum makers look so much younger. You won't believe it, but this man's 80 years old standing in front of you. I'm just joking. He's not 80 years old. But you get beautifully steamed off skin, and you can see, maybe you can, but maybe not, that steam will collect on the roof, on the nails, on anything, and it'll drip down as we go. Here's a few drippings on the floor, actually, now that I'm looking for them. But guys, we're going to hang with it, and we're going to see some sorghum come off of this pan. But like he said, it's a 6 to 8 hour job, beginning to end. I didn't get here at the beginning, but I will be here at the end. Guys, we'll talk to you later in the day. All right, guys, so they are still there cooking the sorghum, so I decided I would come into the field and show you the field itself. This is the field right here, and it's, of course, clean cut. Now, they can cut a row of cane in about 2 minutes because of this machine. This is what's known as a corn binder. Now, corn binder can run off PTO, or it can be like this one. This one runs off of the ground, so the wheels turning is what actually makes the blade do its thing. But it's really cool. I've never seen one of these actually working. We've had them, they don't run, the ones that we had, but this has a large piece of 4x4 on it, running up where they can hook it up to anything that they could think of to pull it. Now right here is your drive wheel. That's why it has all these on it, so that it can grip the ground, because this is the wheel that's going to see some actual pressure on it as the machine's running. But you run, let me get you all set up here, make sure that you're pointing at the right thing. So the machine is right here hooked to this and running. Now the edge of that machine is running along the edge of your cane. Then the cane goes up into this, it gets cut and then laid down. Now they're named corn binders because they usually bind up corn, but it works great for sorghum. Great setup for this. Now if you look at the sorghum, there's something else different that this particular producer does that my family, they don't do it like he does it. Now you can see there is one lone head right there, but every other head is gone unless it's so short. But guys, he cuts his heads off before he goes to actually doing it. If you see the sorghum video that I made, we cut it, the head's still on it, and then we put it on the trailer and we cut it with a chainsaw as we do it. He has a sickle bar set up where it will do its thing and cut them heads off. He says that he gets a lot less blowdown because of that, because there's not this big heavy thing at the top of his cane to catch the wind. Makes perfect sense, but it's just something that we don't do, and that's why you need to explore these kind of things. It's just like with fishing or shooting or hunting. Everybody's got a little something that they do that's different than you, and if you pay attention and talk to some people, you may learn something brand baby spanking new. But guys, let us go back to the setup. Well guys, we're getting towards the end of our day. Right here is our sorghum. You can see, look at the amount that is boiled down and how it ain't green no more. It's just brown as can be. But we're not long from finishing our day with this sorghum. Now I have what's known as a refractometer. This measures what's known as the Brix. That's the measurement of sugar. I'm gonna put it up and check it out. About 77. I'm gonna put it to the camera and see if you all can see it all. Now I'm not sure how much of that you all can see and tell from it, but guys, we are in the end stages. Before long, we're gonna be pulling her off. Now what we're about to do is he's got a system up here to pull this pan up off of this concrete right here. Now there's a rope plumb under it to seal, but what they're going to do, they're going to tip that up. They're going to move it over and tip it up, and every bit of that sorghum will come out of that hole right there. All right, we are lifting all together. Getting one last final check-in. And she said to pull it, so we are off to the races. And it doesn't need to be high. We didn't lift it very high at all. But he's just going to move it over just enough. There's a track up there that you can see. He's moving that. And right here is a beer keg that he's going to put all that fine sorghum in. Right there is his fire. He's going to cover that fire up because we don't want that fire making any kind of mess. All right, guys, he's gonna jack that back up, slew all that sorghum down our way. So all that sweet sorghum is now down here, and he's gonna open that valve, and he's gonna strain every bit of it. So right here we go. Plenty more. Right here is the inside. Let me tell you, right there is some fine mahogany gold. We've worked all day for, what will this end up being? Probably 15, 17 gallons. 15 to 17 gallons. Well guys, I'm now sitting in one of these fine plastic rocking chairs here at the Baker family farm, and let me tell you, this adventure started off. I was going to the Daniel Boone Festival. I was going to see who I saw. I was going to talk to reenactors. I was going to talk to people that were doing black powder shoots and primitive camping. And I heard that there's sorghum being made, and I was like, well, let's go talk to them too. And when I got there, that's when the adventure broadened in scope. The adventure became going to see how the sorghum was made. This is a setup that's completely different than what my family setup is over in Western Kentucky. Mr. Baker has a Cadillac setup, and let me tell you, I've learned a lot in watching the things that he has here and the equipment that he has and how that he runs his operation. And that's the way that, like I said earlier, you got to investigate. You got to talk to people to learn new and unusual things. But we've got a second big one of those kegs loaded down full, and I'm gonna help Mr. Grant here in just a minute if he'll let me, and we're gonna take it and we're gonna put it up there. But guys, we got pulled off. How much do you think we pulled off, Grant?
I'd say about 15 gallons today.
15 gallons, and that big pan, what do you think it holds? 100 gallon?
Roughly 100, 125.
125 gallons. So we went from 125 gallons to 15-ish gallons. So guys, that's kind of, if you want to do some math, there's some math for you to figure out what we started with to what we've got. but you know, you can use this for cooking. You can use this you can use this just to eat it like it is. You can use it as a sugar replacer. You can use it for a variety of different things. Guys, go over to the National Sorghum Association's Facebook, go to their website, go to their I'm going to put every kind of information that I can down in the description, so that if you want to learn more about this particular thing, there's the information. Go to it, go hog wild. Put in the comments section, I went to this place and learned. Let me know, because it's really nice to learn this kind of stuff. But this has been a long enough video. I want to thank you so very much for watching. I want to thank everyone that was on the video, everyone that's watching at home. Thank you so very much for being on the video. And guys, I want to thank you all again for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification. Please subscribe. We're trying to hit ever larger numbers, and you could help me with that. If you want to support the channel in a more monetary way, you can always buy a shirt. Description, you know, you can see the link to go get shirts and stuff there. You can also get a membership. Memberships are $5, and that gives you early access to all content. But I'd like to thank you again so very much for watching. We'll see you somewhere in the woods or on the water.